Blah, 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 blah. There we go. I'm alive. Yes, this is legit Chrono Cross. First and foremost, like to give uh, forgot the word, but I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Ragnoshetti. No, it's not early in the morning. It's late in the early morning. So uh, that's you're gonna experience it for the most part. I mean, is the sound disappearing in and out because I'm playing this on an emulator actually. So every time this thing huh. So every time I press Alt Tab or look out at another scene or look at my Chrome window, the sound is gonna disappear. So Vince Villanueva, Mr. Stimps, thank you for liking the video, and of course Mr. Ralph Nochetti also. Anyway, before we get immersed, so stream is about to go in 2 hours because I would like to play some Dota 2. Can't believe it, I fell in love with the game again. But I would like to do some off-stream content with Dota 2, so there will be uploads of some replays, and of course there will be an upcoming Tekken video also. So if you're into that, and if you somehow come across this video and you've seen me talk about it, look forward to that also. I can't give a specific deadline yet, but yeah. So yeah, Chrono Cross. I'll be playing this on an emulator. Yeah. Yes, this is an emulator. There is no port for PC as far as I know with Chrono Cross. And I'm using actually a different emulator for this game. Commonly, it's EPSXE is the common emulator you'd want to use if you're into playing old PS4 games, but for this I'm using actually PSX. That's the actual name of the emulators, PSX. Graphics, as for the graphics department, I can't really expound on it. It's yeah, it looks like a PS1 game, as in a legitimate PS1 game. So how come I'm using PSX instead of EPSXE? The perks of having EPSXE is actually compatibility with most games, but the other issue that I have is it doesn't work with a DS4 or any other controller that's associated with new gen, unless you're using Xbox controller, which takes a while to set up. But with PSX, you can actually use PS4, right? A simple plug and play, and if you can see if it works, and if it doesn't, it just needs a little bit tweaking with the driver. So a bit technical, I guess. Well, it is early in the morning, and you know, yeah, drinking coffee, just tinkering some options here. I haven't even talked about the game yet. That's Chrono Trigger, Mr. Ralph. I'm not really a fan of Chrono Trigger. Not as a fan as Chrono Cross. And when you can see, I'm alt-tabbing when the cursor is doing that. PSX giving me new problems that I don't have with the PSXE. And yes, this is a standard playthrough, but the one thing that I've learned how to smoothly play RPGs like this is actually to just have a guide posted, or at least near you, where you can read the references. So I'm using a guide made by Shotgun Nova. It's over at GameFAQs. This is the first one you'll see there. It's the topmost result, and Shotgun Nova is one of those guide creators that I'm gonna skip through this dialogue. Everything you see here doesn't really matter, so I'm gonna explain it after the fact that this sequence is over. So let me just finish the Shotgun Nova 3. Shotgun Nova makes lots of guides for various games such as Final Fantasy 8, 9, And actually some games also, I believe he has a guide with Digimon World 2 and 3. So you'll see his name a lot if you're a frequent visitor of GameFAQs. Just wanted to give a shout out. So let me pause for a second. Since I'm not really looking at the guides, let's look at the comments here. Patrick Ortega, wow. Well, that's now that's something that's surprising actually. Now somebody's up in the morning except for Ralph Nocheting. That's Patrick Ortega. Thank you for sharing, sir. So going back to the game, Chrono Cross. So what makes it so special than the other RPGs made in the 90s? So, well, the only thing that I can promote here in Chrono Cross that it won't be beaten by other games that easily is character variety. I think Suidoken is the only franchise that beats this game. So I think Suidoken is it's over 60 plus. Well, Chrono Cross is about 48, including the main character, which is non-switchable. And yeah, that's a lot of characters, believe me. You can collect them all one by one, and there are various guides. I don't think Shotgun Nova's guide expands it on that much. I believe this guide is more focused on completing story-related quests, or side quests rather. So there are, besides the main story, there are some side stories that really touch the heart when you're playing this game. That's another thing that has Chrono Cross going for its money. So for every character that you recruit, there's a mini story. Well, and some stories they expand so on it so much, it relates to the main storyline, and it branches out to its different story, and characters that you recruit that are included in the story develop as persons. So that's another thing Chrono Cross has it going for it. So yeah, we're at this part. So this is the part where I say everything is a dream. So that's why it doesn't matter. And another thing that you might have noticed until now is we didn't have any encounters in game. So this is one of those games that don't have random encounters. You can choose to fight monsters if you walk directly into them, or you can just avoid them essentially. So you get to choose your battles. You can run away from boss fights too. There is a purpose for running away in boss fights. I don't know if I'll be in a situation that purpose will be used or something, but yeah, I just thought it was worth mentioning. You can run away from boss fights. So here we are. This is the official start of the game. So this is Surge. It's our hero. I can't pronounce the game right. Suikoden. Yeah, that's Suikoden, by the way. Those games are so long, I never bothered to play them back then. So look at this. If I press Alt Tab or just focus on another window that isn't PSX, the game just runs off. And good thing the sound is muted, because that will be an annoying. There will be an annoying sound in that case. So I'll just do that. I'll pause. So now I have my checklist up. So we need to search things in this room and in the town. So this is Surge. He's our hero of the story. So there are some secret savings under the bed. Now what else? The dark corner, there's supposed to be a tablet, but which corner? This one. Oh yeah, so Chrono Cross has this unique battle system where stats are gained, but there is a limit to how how much stat you can stack, really. So you don't need to grind out hours and hours of battles in order for you to be stronger, or let's say if you want to boost some stats. So we got the shellfish frame. Try saying it that fast 10 times. So where else do we go? Oh yeah, so did say that I got the shellfish frame. You can select that frame if you go to customize and window frame. Every frame that you get in game, you can select it from there. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's go back. There are some things that are needed to be found over here. Let's just do that. I'm gonna open this. Just gonna open it in another window. So every time there's a new comment, I won't miss. Alright, so next up is this guy. Oh, wait, it's not this guy. What do you think of this sawfish? So we have to agree to this guy. Yeah, you're probably right. So he'll give us a Komodo scale. I don't know what the purpose of this Komodo scale is, but it has unique interactions with other characters. Yeah, it becomes purple. There's a Komodo scale. I can't really say what on the top of my head right now what's the true purpose of that Komodo scale, but there should be some use. Okay. So alright, it's handy that I have a guide. Right. Should I show it to this? No, this is not the boy. Show to the kid standing around. It's you, right? It's you. Standing around. Alright. Well, we should look for a guy that is standing around, so he'll give us an element in exchange for this Komodo skin. Oh, really? Don't know about the change boss color. Alright, so let's give it. So, yeah, take it. Give me an element. So uplift. It's actually quite useful. Background goals. Alright, so it does change. Okay. Alright. Catch your Z, sir. Because you just played Dota 2. It's my turn later to play after this stream. Anyway, let's continue on with Mr. Ralph Nochetti going to sleep. So we got an uplift element. What else is next? Go inside the house next door to our search. This. Okay. Now, this is supposed to be Posho's doghouse. Okay. Teapot. Right? Search the teapot. This thing. Or that's not a teapot. Right, let's just search near the area. Or is there a teapot here? Oh, my head hurts. not. That's not the one we're looking for. If I somehow find a teapot here, there will be a photon ray element which we can equip Surge with. Okay, so apparently I don't know what a teapot looks like in game. Let's keep searching. Alright, that when I searched already there. This game. Oh wait, alright. We're done with the photon ray. What else is next? So, you can do lots of searching here in this place before you proceed with the main story. And one of the things that I'd like to do actually before starting this game is just actually to recruit Poshul. Who is Poshul? That's the pink dog you can see in the screen. So that's the only thing I do before I start the game properly. But since I do have a guide here, let's check everything that we can get from this place before we proceed. So the bucket, this thing, there's supposed to be an aqua beam. We're gonna need those elements. What else? Okay, so inside the house there's supposed to be a cure element, but where is it? This thing? There's the frame and got the cure. So far we have lots of elements that we can use in battle. We're gonna equip them later on, not now. Right. I would like to further discuss the old man who wears the white shirt and the cane, but I guess I'll have a chance to explain what his role is when the time comes. Right. I think it's time to get the Heckran bone to recruit a dog in your party. That's Poshul, by the way. So, where's the Heckran bone? It's over here actually. Let's just enter here. The back door, examine the bed. Get the Heckran bone. So there should be other things here. How about this thing? This is the ivory helmet. So where is the barrel that I'm supposed to check? This. Right. Okay, so weird interaction there, but we got an uplift element. Let me just check if my microphone levels. Okay. Microphone levels is fine. Right, let's recruit the pink dog that is Poshul. So we found everything that we can find, I think, in Arni Village. That's the name of the place, by the way. You can recruit Poshul. She's actually quite beefy. She's built like a tank. So that's one of the reasons I want Poshul in my party early on. Also, once that I found out that fact that you can recruit a party member this early, I always take the chance to recruit this purple pink dog in the party. Okay. We need to get another key item here. This is an important key item. because there will be something happening later in the game. So far, just enjoy the village. This guy. By the way, that's a huge fish. Don't know if it qualifies still as a fish. But yeah, it's a huge one. Okay, other you. That's actually a bit foreshadowing there. There's another you in another timeline. Right, so we get the shark tooth. This is another key item. Okay, so we can now go talk to the person that we were supposed to meet before Serge went on to his dream world and just went to sleep all the way. We get another character introduction. This is, by the way, another recruitable character. This is Lena, Serge's childhood friend and apparently early love interest. Because Serge has actually quite the number of love interests here implied. Anyway, Lena is one of them, and it's implied and introduced as she is one of those characters that has feelings for Serge. I don't think we can recruit her yet, and I don't think this is the Lena that we can recruit. So since we're nearing the part where we're supposed to go to other worlds, there is this thing called homeworld and another world, and that's important in remembering and gathering party members, because there might be a character that exists in homeworld, but in order to recruit said character you might have to recruit the another world version, so something like that. So we're here at the world map, and it introduces us to the landscape. So you can go to various places here. There won't be any random encounters. You can choose to do whatever, explore, but the place that we want to go right now here is Lizard Rock. You can progress further down. Yep. Anyway, let's push this. Oh yeah. Let's equip all the elements that we've gathered. So there are other factors that I would expound upon, but we can save it for later, I guess. One thing that I can say without going in too deep in this explanation is Chrono Cross's system is pretty much straightforward. What you see and what you do is pretty straightforward. If you see something that seems to be strong, you can actually just use it, and its effects are immediately shown, if that makes sense. And of course, battle system, as I've said, you can choose your battles, you can choose your enemies, and instead of having flat stats here, each character has this accuracy. As you can see there are percentages for each attack. That's light, medium, heavy, and for each character those percentages are different. So those attacks, the light, medium, heavy, are actually used in line with the element system of this game, which are your skills. So time you connect an attack, you gain element meter. And of course, the higher the attack, the higher the meter gain in the elements. So you'd want to collect, or you'd want to make connections with the, or you just want the attack to connect. Short and simple. And of course, the higher the attack, the lower the accuracy. That's the downside of having that's the downside of using heavy attacks. And of course, the lower the percentage, the higher damage output it would bring. So, yeah, that's how the battle system works here. So once you collect elements, you can use certain skills to defeat your enemies here. And of course, in order for a character to act or use elements, you need stamina. That's the meter that you see down below the character's name. So you can see Surge's stamina is depleted. Now it's time for Poshul. For every time Poshul uses her stamina, Surge regains a bit of his stamina also. So that's how this works. But if you use an element, it might not recover for Surge and Poshul. It might go over, and in that case, the enemy gets free turns. Yeah. Pretty much this is just a straightforward fight. Nothing special yet. Won't use the elements equipped right now. That will save it for the big boss. So here we are at the after battle screen. You can see there's an increase in stat. That's how you power up your characters. Actually, you just defeat enemies and you're given stats. And I do believe that if the enemy is a bit strong, you get better stats, but I might have to confirm it because that's only at the top of my head. I don't recall if that's actually correct or what. And of course, another thing that you would want to fight these monsters is actually item collection. The weapon system here in Chrono Cross is not like the other Final Fantasies, or it's not really like Chrono Trigger, I believe, where you would purchase weapons from shops. You actually have to forge them. So in a way, similar to Final Fantasy VIII, where you forge your weapons. So materials are dropped by specific monsters and you collect them. You can also find them in certain items, and you can actually disassemble some in order to get the parts needed to forge a weapon. So that's actually convenient. So right now I'm just eating monsters. So you see stats are being raised every time we beat a monster or defeat an enemy. It won't fall down. I'm trying to make this fall down. There you go. So we wait for the treasure chest. Alright. This item is actually useful. You can equip it to a character and his hit percentage rises. Let's see if we need to find other items here. Okay, so far before we defeat all the Komodos, let's search the place. So a Komodo ran here, right? Oh wait, where it did run over there, but there's no way for us to actually enter the area. Weird. So I didn't really explain what's the purpose of getting those Komodos, right? But essentially, once you're at Lizard Rock, you have to defeat 3 Komodos, and for each Komodo you defeat, you get a Komodo scale. What are those Komodo scales supposed to be? Well, remember Lina, there's supposed to be an agreement between Surge and Lina to collect Komodo scales so she can have a Komodo necklace and blah blah blah. Here we are, we're collecting Komodo dragon scales. So yeah, that's the purpose of this quest. We're just gonna collect parts that are supposed to be for necklaces. Anyway, just exploring the area for anything that I might miss. Man. Is there a secret passage here or something? Okay, so that Komodo dragon ran into the wherever. Weird. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's get this. Enter a hole by the exit. Where is the hole by the exit? That's the one I'm looking for. Actually, I want to get through that chest, but there's supposed to be a secret area. It's supposed to be here somewhere. I think this is it. It doesn't look like a secret hole to me, but yeah. There's the bone. It's actually a material needed. Right. Oh, again, we got encounters. Surge isn't strong enough yet to execute an enemy, but I don't mind really. Later on in the game, he gets ridiculously strong, especially his elemental attacks. The ones that are attached to him, I mean, ridiculously strong. I'm not really going to use any elements for normal encounters because I just want to heal the party without using consumables. Okay, so still there are some stat gains. What? Oh, there we go. So an ivory helmet. I don't know. Maybe we can equip it to Poshul. Yeah, we can equip it to her. So let's give it to her. So we enter this part. Okay, so maybe yeah, let's get those Komodos, I guess. It's time to properly hunt these Komodos. So in order to, or yeah, we're already done with the other Komodo. We defeated it beforehand while I was blabbering. Essentially the first Komodo on the first screen, just have to trap it with the rock. You block the other side of the entrance of the tunnel it enters through, and yeah, get your first Komodo fight. Now for the second Komodo fight that I'm about to show you is, you need to time exactly your jump in order for you to land on the Komodo dragon. That's one thing I missed in this game. Attacks not connecting. See? didn't get executed right away. So that's why I do like having Poshul in this part of the game early on. At least you get a secondary party member early. You have more chances to defeat these enemies. Right. Stat gains again. Right. So, how do you surprise the Komodo dragon? Well, here's how you do it. After I defeat the beach bomb, it's gonna damage this beach bomb until it's knocked out. Ow. Sounds good. Alright. We should be done here. Yeah. But the enemy would get another free turn there. So far, seal. Okay, so how do you capture the second Komodo dragon? Well, here's the thing. You can actually just jump. As soon as the Komodo dragon approaches the middle of the cliff, you time your jump then and you get your second Komodo dragon fight. These Komodo fights actually are easy, and it is made easier because we also have various elements at our disposal. As you can see, even if I'm just using physical attacks over here, there's no immediate challenge that is presented. So there's if you worry too much at this point, I'm telling you that you shouldn't worry about getting killed by these Komodo dragons. So anyway, on to our third Komodo dragon, and the simplest one. You just have to chase it. Good thing this one runs so slow. But be careful not to get stuck on the corners. You might have to simply chase it even further if you somehow get stuck. So this is the simplest Komodo dragon that you can. This is the simplest Komodo dragon capture that you will do actually in this part. Again, we're not gonna use elements yet until Mama Komodo shows up. That's the name of the boss, by the way. Mama Komodo. Okay. So with Mama Komodo's appearance, I'm gonna use the first element. Okay, so we're gonna use Photon Ray. So you can see here, Surge now has red meter. That's it's actually a side effect of having used elements, and as you can see, it's still not yet in blue. Not like earlier when we do physical attacks, it just returns to blue for the other character. Every time you use an element, this happens. So yeah, we're gonna use another one, this time for Poshul. And in this case, both Surge and Poshul don't have any stamina left, so Mama Komodo's gonna get a free turn here. And yeah, and of course the game gives you free stats. And if you somehow use your max elements, you return to your appropriate your element grid. essentially it's a subtraction. So if you use a level 2 or if you're at the second grid, it reduces 2 grids for your elements, like so. We used an element in the second grid. Now Poshul's elemental grid turns to level 1. So, I hope this makes sense. And with that, he defeated Mama Komodo. And this expands further to how you increase your character's strength. So let me just display this after battle screen. You get, so it says here you receive a new growth level and you get a star, and this happens every boss fight. So for every boss fight that you might encounter, or before what do you call this? So every time you finish a boss fight, you can fight characters, or not characters, you can fight enemies, random the encounters, so you can increase your character's stats even further. So that's the use of it. Okay, so let's fight a few before heading to Pasa Beach. So now Surge can do 1 kill hits or 1 turn kills with the beach bomb, since his strength actually increased earlier. And like in our previous fights, we're not gonna use any elements here. Not so much. It's just give Surge some strength. Let's see, fighting this thing. You know what? I might just head to the next part of this game. I progress the plot right now. At the next part, Poshul will not be included in the boss fight, but you shouldn't worry about that because you get introduced to another party member. I'm just disappointed that you can't really use her in said boss fight. It makes the fight easier if you somehow have her there. Alright. This should be fine. Let's head to the exit of this place and head down to Opasa Beach. Okay. Don't have any exits at that area. You're supposed to go here. This. Okay, so there's a sequence here that if you do it right, you get Lina's ultimate attack, or final technique as it's called. So I'm just gonna follow the guide here. So in case that I obtain Lina, I have her final technique. Okay, so we get a moment between Surge and Lina here before everything goes bananas. So get the scales, pass it on to her. Used to come all the time. Bit of nostalgia hitting both Lina and Surge. So, okay. I've seen many things, heard many things. Blah 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 blah. Okay, Surge. The gentle sea breeze. Just the two of us talking. remember the day. Yes, will never forget this day, the auction. Oh. Years. Yeah. Never forget this day. Hey. And there's a whisper there. Distracting surge. Okay, so everything goes bananas at this moment. What? Something's whispering, but don't know what it is. What could it be? Should explain that cutscene, but explaining that cutscene requires us to expound upon the end parts of the game. So we're too early still to be exploring that idea. So yeah, it shows in the AMV that Surge was the only one affected by whatever that was. Wink wink. But if you have Poshul here, she'll come. She'll actually come with you. What are you doing here, boys? Dangerous to sleep out here. So this is what I was saying earlier. There is the home world and there's this another world. Right now we are at the another world. So the difference, what's the difference of homeworld and another world? So in the homeworld, 10 years ago, there's an incident relating to Surge. So in the homeworld, Surge survives. In this other world, he's not so lucky. That's the only thing that I could emphasize for now, because explaining it further, again, just it doesn't make us move forward, and there might be some things that I might miss. Okay. So again, let's explore. Oh, yeah, yeah. So now we're at the other world. So this is the first difference that you'll notice. What are these goldfish-looking monsters doing here? Where they're supposed to be Komodo dragon, the Komodo dragon that you've hunted, right? So that's a stark difference. But before I head down to the town, I might as well gain some stats by fighting these opal fish. Doing the standard physical attacks, no element shenanigans as of now. All clean hits. So the guide is saying to me that there are some elements that can be picked up, but I won't be picking them up probably. I don't see them as significant enough. But it is tempting because there's some elements that you might get, but I'm overloaded with elements anyway. might come and bite me later, but for now, let's just make this light. Fireball. Oh yeah. If for some reason it doesn't give me a stat gain, then I'm gonna stop and head down to the village. Yeah. Should head down to the village now. So different enemies introduced to us. Some treasure might not be available here, so if you somehow missed, so there's a treasure there. Let's beat this opal fish. So as I was saying, if you missed some treasures earlier, you might not get them immediately. You can get them eventually, but at this point there's no really certain way yet to get them. Outstanding evasion by the opal fish. Everything missed. Great. Just check if there are comments. So far, none. Alright. We just continue. You can see that's the powerful surge. He's building up to be quite the beast. Alright, so there's actually new treasures in the village. What's this? I think this is this is a material that's bone. Might as well collect it. Weird thing, if you somehow manage to time yourself there in the cliff in the middle, the Komodo jumps on you. So that's a parallel comparison to the Homeworld in another world version. I'm not gonna get that treasure chest. I believe that's a tablet. Anyway, let's get back to the village. And you'll find out nobody knows Surge, everything's amiss. There's no enemies here, so let's collect all the treasures that is written here. I think the music changes also. So instead of the barrel this time, it becomes a pot. It's just a pot. Alright. But it's still the same. You examine it 3 times. Get an ice lance. Right. So there's a tablet here supposed to be. Chrono actually has one of the best music for sleeping. Want to go to sleep. Okay. Should listen to some of the original soundtracks. Right, so now we have to go over here. It says. Bucket by the porch. So this thing again. It's a turn right. And okay. From the one frame that we examined earlier, we should go here again, and this time it's a tablet. Okay, so we get another photon ray once we examine the teapot in Posho's house. Weird thing that Posho still exists in this world, even though Surge didn't survive 10 years ago in this world. Right, photon ray. Okay, so we have 2 photon rays now. That will come in handy. I we should equip some, I guess. So photon ray is actually a level 1 element. I'll expand upon those element levels later on, but for now let's just make Surge equip Aqua Beam, and for Poshul we'll just have to give her Fireball. We're just gonna save the photon ray for later. Shoot. Looks a little depressing. Anyway, this should be the last element that we can search. Where is it? Can we rise the curtains? We still can do that. There we go, it's behind the boxes, and we should go meet Lena again. This is a different Lena from the one we met earlier. Weird as it may sound. Oh, I'm reaching on. I think I've reached the 1 hour mark. Almost there. Yeah, I'm looking at the hour mark. Yes, I'll need to rest my back and do some exercise and play some Dota. Or record actually some gameplay footage. Okay, so we meet Lena over here. I don't think there's any, there's no really choices that should be noted here. I'm gonna stop, I guess, once we reach Viper Manor. So I'm gonna just ask what was his name. Why do you want to know his name? Don't know, don't care. That boy died. So you get the exposition here. Surge is listening how he died 10 years ago in this world, by the way. His mother passed away too. Still very young. Surge. Oh, how can that be? That's nonsense. How can that? So now Surge is just a stranger. Anyway, we still have the shark tooth. Okay, so it says to go and keep hold. Let me just try saving first, because I haven't really tested if this works. There's no memory card. Damn it. Okay, and it's malfunctioning again. Let's just do a quick save, I guess. Chrono Cross, I guess. Chrono Cross. I believe. How can I make a memory card here? Memory cards. Okay. Memory cards. That one. ASD. Apply. Let's see if this works. We can save naturally, or might just have to use save states. So hey, that works. So let me do something. This format. Adding, saving. Right. I'm just gonna do a quick save and a save state, then save regularly if I somehow need to. Weird. And I need to double check if somehow this game sped up or something. Okay, so it's still at normal speed. Emulator issues. Anyway. Let's go to Cape Howl. Let's minimize this first. I'm just gonna rely on my OBS to check how many hours am I in. But once we reach Viper Manor, I'm gonna stop at that point. Alright, let's get through this guy here. Get this. Got an electro jump. Let's fight a beach bomb. Let's see if there's some stat increase left in us. Okay, so it turns out this beach bomb is surviving Surge's attacks. All those heavy and light attacks. How come Surge's damage got decreased? Or maybe the beach bombs at this part are just stronger. Got humor. Let's wait for the beach bomb. Yeah, walk over there. We get this bone. Now proceed to this part. So we get our second boss fight. There's no really challenge at this point. This isn't the fight that you should be worried about. So so I'm gonna get Lina, so I'm gonna explain it later. So let's let the boss fight conclude first. Hold your horses. So it has to be said that you can't get all characters in one playthrough, and Chrono Cross is one of those games that has a new game plus feature, and it was revolutionary for its time. Since back then, hearing a new game plus feature was like, wow, there's more replayability for a game, and you get to carry over all your elements, all the stats that you've obtained. Anyway. Okay, so Karsh is so we meet Karsh, there's Salt, and there's Pepor. Obviously Karsh is the stronger boss here. before are the weaker ones. Anyway, Karsh is also a recruitable character. That has to be said. One of my favorites actually. And let's eliminate Karsh first because Salt and Pepper don't really impact as much because with Karsh, he has deadly elements, I believe. Let's start using elements now. You can see here, look at the attacks being dished out by Salt. It's just 2 compared to Karsh. It's much higher, it's 8. If you did some stat grinding, you should be fine. Let's use Photon Ray plus 2. 31 damage, okay, should be fine. Right, Karsh is now Slouch. This should eliminate him. Oh, still standing. Okay, one more and enemies get a free turn. We'll regain some stamina, but of course that is detrimental to how much stamina was expanded or used earlier. And so far, we still have long ways to go to recover. Alright, Karsh is knocked out, or he's defeated. Let's take care of Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper. Again, we're gonna use elements. Not Cure. This time, Aqua Beam. So it's weird that kid's name is just girl for now, but yeah, there's no name given to her yet at this point. Guess that's fair. Alright, everybody's at full stamina again. Rinse and repeat. Let's do this again and again. Don't think, yeah, there's no more elements that we can use for Surge as offense goes. Well, Pepper's already down, so that's okay. So what I'm going to do here now is actually decline the invitation Kid gives to join the party because I would like to have Lina with my party. So this is a choice that you can have an effect on. If you want Kid now, you don't get to recruit Lina if you somehow choose Kid here. So that's what it says on the guide. So, let's decline Kid's invitation. Okay, so introductions, intro, me, my name's, get to name her, but I'm not going to recruit her yet. Call me Kid. She has this Australian accent in this game, but there's more to her actually. Let's just be careful to not accept his invitation. Perhaps it was fate. No, I'm gonna decline. Refuse. You have to refuse it 3 times. Hang on. Nope. Still no. Sure. No thanks. Not for now. Have it your way, mate. So, do we have more dialogue? I guess we do have. We have more. Okay, so Oshu should arrive. No? Okay. Oh, there you go. Yeah, they should be really kind to animals. That's correct, Oshu. So now we get to recruit Lina here. Wow. Apparently this is automatic. I did forget this part. Yep, she has some errands to run through Termina, but she doesn't know that she's going to be traveling with this surge for so many places, right? Of course, I'm not gonna refuse. I'm gonna change names, right? Okay, so another character that we can get apparently, says so the Almighty Guide, is Mojo. Now, what is a Mojo? Mojo is a thing that is supposed to be a relic. It's supposed to stand for something, but it's more of a statue or scarecrow. You see that straw figure? That's the Mojo. That's Mojo. Okay? So now this is the fisherman that we got the shark tooth from in this world. After Surge's death, he doesn't pursue being a fisherman anymore. Right? Stuck. That's a Mojo. So after the incident happened, he just went and worshipped this thing 24/7. Okay, so let's show him this. And if it all goes well, once I try to leave, Mojo comes to life and gets to join me. I just gave up. Leave me alone. Alright. Let's leave him alone. Okay. Oh, there we go. Boom. Hold on a second there. What was that? Love is always in the air. It's just that no one notices. Now it's alive. The Mojo is alive. Get to recruit this thing. Whatever this is. Oh, wait a second. Mojo is ridiculous. Look at that. He's dancing and dancing. Mojo joined your party. So for each character, there's some accents included to them. I'm not gonna change party members for now. Let's make him stay there. Alright, equip elements. For Lina. Oh, she has actually quite a number. Electrode. Let's put it in our level 3 photon array. Right, that should be fine. Okay, we still have some normal fights to be had here. Okay, so should get going. And of course, let's save again. Right, saving for the purpose of this is hard. The buttons move so fast. Alright, let's pause and let me do a quick save here. Quick save 1. And of course, save state. And God. So here we are in our next area. Let's fight this. That's a Heklan, by the way. It's a hyena looking creature. Let's fight this thing. Let's eliminate the puppies first. Like Osho said, you shouldn't be cruel to animals. Every time we eliminate the puppy here, the Heklan mother gets stronger. Oh, it's a dingo. It's not a Heklan, it's a dingo. I was wrong. Anyway, not the point, but for every baby dingo that you eliminate, the mother dingo gets stronger. You can see here. But again, it's not something that should be should be preoccupying our head, because we got 3 party members to start off. Of course, you got healing elements anyway. For each after fight, you can use to heal your party members that are damaged. Okay, so we're done with you, Mama Dingo. We got stats. So we got a leather fur. Let's climb up here. Alright, we are the exorcist. And here's an interesting thing that you can find here if you somehow bluffed your way. You go up here in the north and you find a jumping skull. Now this skull is actually another party member that you can recruit, but you have to collect all his parts. I really never did finish collecting his parts, so but yeah, might be I finish this in this playthrough. Anyway. Right, so the other thing that we want to get here is that bellflower, but we want to avoid that thing. See there, that stick thingy, because that's actually a monster. I don't want to fight that. We get the bellflower here, so we're just going to walk through, and last one is here. We're gonna get this thing called the big egg. But we're not gonna fight the dodo. It is said that there is a character that can be obtained by this big egg. So let's get this egg. Don't know which character. climb before that Toto fights us. You can run away, by the way, but it's better that you avoid the fight. And let's finish the job here, and let's go down. There's another boss fight incoming. It might be a good time to raise our stats before doing the boss fight, so I might go back to Lizard Rock, or maybe just Cape Howl, because it's much nearer. Let's go about this as normal attacks only. Again, we're angering Mama Dingo here. Wow, that Mama Dingo sure knows how to evade. Okay. Another anger moment here by Mama Dingo. Made the mama mad. Oops. Cursor's malfunctioning again. Just check if there's some comments. There's none, so let's go back to the fight. Weird thing that this Mama Dingo doesn't attack immediately, but it favors me. Increase. Right. I should go backtrack. There is if you're wondering when you should stop doing battles, the normal battles, it's when, how do I say this? So I'll just return to these opal fishes. When a character gains like multi-stats or various stats get increased for a character, that's usually the time you stop doing the normal fights and look for the next boss fight. Oh no. Oh shit. Sorry about that. Learn to surge. Goodness. I was trying to turn on my cell phone and everything fell apart. Fantastic. Let's pause. Okay, so stream should be fine. Okay, so far so good. Oh, and I'm almost an hour and 30 minutes in. Probably I'll just stop once I reach Termina, I guess. Ugh. Getting tired already. I need to save energy for Dota. Right, so let's focus the window here first. We have new we don't have any new reactions as of yet. Let's continue with the fight. Let's make the strat increase for each character here. No elements. No elements for now. Marble. Wait, no, it didn't cancel. Let's use all those attacks. Lina's about half HP. Opal fish not dead yet. No, it's dead. Oh, excuse me. So, as long as you get stat increase, it's okay for you to do normal fights. So, this is the multi-stat that I was referring to. Usually when this comes up, that's the point where you stop grinding for stats because there won't be another increase until the next boss fight that you win. So, get stat increases for Search and Potion. Lina, not so much. So, we should fight another encounter here. Those opal fishes did damage to Lina. So Here's to hoping for an easier encounter. The Surge did get stronger, so might use consumables this time. You have lots of tablets anyway. Ooh, it missed. Now that's annoying. Beach Bomb's dead. Or no, Sand Squirt. This is a Sand Squirt. Another Sand Squirt died. Everything missing for Lina. That's unfortunate. Right. This thing's dead. Still have some stat increases for Surge and Potion. For Lina, not so much. Let's try one more. If it doesn't increase, then it's time for a boss fight. Oh no, Lina might. Lucky for us, that didn't knock out Lina. Don't have any means to revive her yet, I believe. So we're just gonna use Cure on her. It's much better that I use it here, I guess, to prevent any knockouts happening. Damn it. Right. Bam. Yeah. Stick it to the opal fish. So, more stat increase. No more, alright. It's time to head to our next boss fight, which would be Salt and Pepper. Again, I'll save. Thought there was something wrong with this stream again. Save. Let's save. Of course, the normal save first before the sit. Yes, the save states. Yes. Overwrite that data. Suppose do a quick save and do a save state. Oh my goodness. Triple saving. Let's go to Fossil Valley, Salt, and fight these guys. Salt and Pepper. Let's try to avoid the Mama Dingo here, if we can. Sometimes I might not. I was about to say I can get careless with these things. Apparently, just went automatic. But weirdly enough, there's only Baba Dingoes here. There's no other dingo. Only the baby dingoes. Again, all the attacks got evaded. And actually, that's nice for me. No damage taken. No consumables needed to be used. Oh, we got an element too. We should equip that to Lina. Got 2 fireballs. There's another open spot for Potion. How about Surge? So I'll just give him this. Right. Here's the next boss fight that you encounter. It's more of a tutorial fight, by the way. It's not a boss fight. It's not really the boss fight you would expect, because they teach you. This is the part where the game teaches you the battle system, how the elements work, and what happens when this instance comes to you. So yeah. everybody's going blah 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 here, I'm gonna use elements. I want to end this battle fast. Maybe explore Termina a bit before ending the stream. I will stream some Dota soon. It will be a much more different experience, I guess. Aside from these RPG streams, would be a waste to use an element here. So let's knock out Salt. It's time for Pepper to taste elemental attack. Here's Ice Lance. Other element. This time it's Fireball +1. This is the normal way that I want to use these elements, from top to bottom instead of bottom up. Because you gain elemental grids once you connect those big attacks, right? That's my thinking anyway. So we get another 3rd star here and the stat increase, and supposed to be this is the part where you get your 3rd grid technique for each character. So it's a level 3. It's a level 3 technique that you get. And let's save again. Let's save. And I'll save, then explore, then I'll end the stream there. Jesus Christ. Before I... What the fuck? Cell phone's malfunctioning right now. Okay, let's save first. And explore. Then I'm gonna have my rest and I'll play some Dota 2, I guess. Yeah. Take it from there. And again, saving this game. Let's do some quick saves and save states. Never know which data will be corrupted. So, weird as it may sound, let me just turn off the camera first here. Okay, back to business. My phone should be fine. Let's return here to this screen and then search for anything that we may find useful in the town. Supposed to be Kid. We can recruit her now here. So yeah, totally out of bellflowers. That's why we get the bellflower in the Fossil Valley earlier. Right, so that's Glenn, by the way, another recruitable character. One of those strong physical attack characters that you can choose to fight with. Surge is the only one that you can't really switch out. Huh. Kid's mad because We have Lina in our party. If I think Mojo's there, things might be changing. Right, Mr. Viper, I'm here to polish your statue again. Blah 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 blah. I should have switched out Mojo for Poshul, I guess. I wanted to have some a bit of fun here. But anyway, that's beside the point. So let's recruit Kid here. Get the teleporter too. So that's another. Can change party members. I want to change to Mojo, but that 102 HP of Poshul is so tempting not to replace that. She is a wonderful tank to have in the party. So, essential, really essential to have her. I want Lina to stay in the party, by the way, so there's no switching her just yet. Man, I do. Looks like I'm in need of a bathroom break. Not yet. There's still time. We pause here so that this doesn't malfunction. Right. So there are 3 people that we can recruit, and each person can lead us to the Viper Manor. So how do I explain it? So there are 3 characters, and for each character there will be a certain difficulty on how you approach the Viper Manor. So alright, I'm just gonna go by what the guide says here, but on the top of my head, Pierre has to be the hardest, Guile is semi-easy, and Nikki is like the more harder one, because this is where my opinion and the guide's opinion differ from Shotgun Nova, by the way. In Nikki it says, okay. Alright, so with Nikki, he's a good character to have, decent stats, but in order for you to get to the Viper Manor using Nikki, you have to go through like the forest and so many places. It's like the long way around. With Guile, it's more of a direct approach from the back, but there's no way out once you enter. And with Pierre, it's the hardest because you have to enter it through the front gate, and you get a boss fight immediately. So I scratch my head at that one though. And this guide also hates Pierre because he's a terrible character to have. Alright, I guess that bathroom break can't wait. Let me just finish that. I'll be right back. Oh, oh. Okay. Back. Let's pause again because this thing is going to malfunction again. All right. Okay. So let's search for things. Where is this man standing in the shade of the house? So they're supposed to be. Yeah. Get a frame. Item that we're gonna get is a Profiteer's Profiteer's Purse, which can be obtained here, this mansion. This is another interesting dynamic that this game shows, but we're not going to explore that yet. So Profiteer Purse is an item that gives you an increased amount of gold received per battle, but we're not gonna use it for that purpose. We're gonna use it this time for the purpose of disassembling it for better items. Come take a look. Let's disassemble accessories. That's an accessory. So we got Profiteer's Purse. So why do you want to disassemble that thing? Because we want to forge better weapons for the characters. We get iron for better equipment here, so we want Steel Swallow, essentially for Surge, and we can't really forge weapons for Lina. Where do we get the carapace? That's sad, but we can't really forge an iron rod. Alright, so that said, we can forge good weapons for Kid here. Also for directly Mojo. We get Nikki, we can forge weapons for him too. But the one I want to get is Guile. We recruit here who has a gun. Anyway, let's forge a weapon for Surge and leave the others for now. Let's equip. Also, let's equip items for Lina since she will be a mainstay, I guess. What else? Let me just check through. Let me just check through which section is better. Poshul is the one that is going out, so the party guide is supposed to be the one here in place of Poshul. Of course, reading through this, I'm not really going to choose Pierre. That's for sure. Not in this one. I'm not going to choose Pierre. Yeah. Doesn't really let me just decide this. I'm just gonna stop the stream, I guess, for now. Since we did get another star, I'm gonna end this stream by leveling up. Let's try to get Guile first before I level up all the party members that I want in the Piper manner. So to get Guile, he is the one that I'm going to recruit. What you need to do here is go to this part and scene will automatically play. It's supposed to be a demi-human of sorts, I believe. And this guy appears. This guy's name is Korcha. By the way, another recruitable character. So he scares the kids away and rustles the feathers of this fellow over here. Okay, so alright. So that's Korcha's introduction. You just get introduced to him. He's a ferryman by trade. He gets them to places with his ferry boat. Right, so we're just gonna go through here because we want to give the bellflower to these two people here, Glenn and Riddle. Also recruitable characters, by the way. You get introduced to a lot of recruitable characters early on, and a big clue and a big giveaway to know how they are recruitable is they have a portrait in their dialogue boxes. So if you talk to a character and or somehow there's a dialogue box, chances are if it's not a boss fight, it's not a boss character, it's a recruitable character. Because there are some people that have pictures in their dialogue box and pretty much they're significant to the story. Either a fight or a recruitable character. Some you fight early on like Karsh, but essentially you get to recruit versions of them. And their story is quite weird, but I am fascinated in their story. In terms of the Acacia Dragoons, which Karsh is a member of. Yeah. So blah 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 blah. This continues on. They're just praying tribute here, so there's a member in the Acacia Dragoons that's named Dario, and apparently he's one of the finer swordsmen. I believe he is the captain of the 4 Dragoons when he was still active. At this point of the story, it is implied that he is dead. Now, why I am not certain that Dario is dead in this world, you get to meet a version of Dario that is alive and well. But I can't really confirm it that now. So, need the Sacred Sword. There is monument here similar to Surge, that there's Grandmaster Garai and Grandmaster Dario. So Garai is actually Dario's father or Dario's master. I forget. They are connected to each other. So here's Korcha. Talk to him. This is the method that you want to use if you're looking to get Guile. The other one that I would recommend is Sneaky, but it takes so long to get to the manor with his method. But essentially, it's like it's a matter of perspective only. You get to level up if you choose Guile or Nikki, and Nikki is actually a better choice instead of Guile early on, because Guile is essentially built like a mage in this game. And what I mean by that is Guile has lots of magics that you can equip to his elemental grid as long the further down it goes. So I believe when he has like level 3, there's his attack, but you can equip only 1 or 2. But yes, further down the line, for other characters, normally it goes down like it shrinks. So for some, their level 5 is like you can only equip like 3 or 4 magic. For Guile is like 6 or 7. It's like somewhere to that extent. Okay, so let's recruit Guile, beef him up a bit, then let's head down to Korcha. I'm gonna change Poshul here, but I'm not going to remove her elements. Rather, what I would do is just buy some elements at the shop, and of course I need to collect some things. Where do we get the eyeball anyway? Ask for yourself. So confirm and change party. Poshul. I would like Mojo to enter the fight, so we don't have attack except for Surge. Let's beef him up a bit. So yeah, that's how Guile walks, or that's how he runs back, or that's running Guile. This is how he walks and this is how he runs. He flies like a madman. Alright, let's buy some elements. We have about 1,000. Okay, so that should be fine. Let's check out this elemental grid for now. See, look at this. So we only have to equip him with 4 elements. We have 4. Guile only has room for 4 elements as of now. That shouldn't be too much of a problem, but yeah. So the further you go down the game, the stronger he gets. Let's buy 3 elements. So no. This is the errand that's supposed to be done by Lina. Alright. Okay, so we get braces, tablet, medicine. What do we want for Guile, actually? Magma Bomb is actually a good magic to use because it's an AoE and it targets all foes. So probably I'll just buy 3. I'll just give Guile all the Magma Bombs. You shouldn't worry about which element to equip here. So there's element level 2 if you can see it, there's element level 3, there's element level 1. Now, if you equip magic to a grade that's lower to its elemental level, it gets reduced, and if you can equip it to above, it gets boost. You should notice it earlier when I'm equipping it to other characters, but yeah, you can equip. So essentially it's straightforward. If you equip it to a lower level, it gets reduced effects, but yeah, still, if your magic's powerful enough, you shouldn't worry about it. Right, let's go to Cape Howl, fight the monsters here. I guess maybe we can get an eyeball if we're fortunate. If you're not, let's go to the Fossil Valley again. Try to fight the plant or the leaking thing. At this point, you don't really want to, what do you call this? Don't want to use consumables. Every chance you get that you can rest at an inn or what do you call this? An inn or just essentially a rest house for 100 gil, might just well take the chance. So let's kill these monsters for the stat boost also. Let's beat them up. Humor fangs, of course. Then I'm gonna save it after we've max boost the stats. Weird thing is, I don't know where to get still the carapace. There's also a mini game here, but probably that's we'll save that for next stream, I guess. I'm not gonna use elements here. Okay. Usual that thing that I do in these fights, I just do normal attacks. Of course, max healing without the use of consumables. That's my go-to. I do believe, well, I should have equipped Guile with a heal, but he is so offensive oriented. I went with the Magma Bomb. So let's boost those stats. Humor Fang. We don't get eyeballs here, I guess. Who do we get eyeballs from? Let's see. Do the opal fish drop eyeballs? Anyway, right. Since so I'm really getting ahead of myself here. Let's go to Fossil Valley. Let's fight this dingo, the mama and the baba dingoes first. Hopefully, yeah, should be a straightforward fight where we don't really have to think about much of healing party members. Yes, anger. And I should save. I should save after this because I'm going to attempt to fight the king thing. I forgot what it's called, but there's a creature in the upper cliffs that I usually avoid fighting because it's, aside that it's tanky, it's kinda hard to gauge how difficult the fight is. But one thing's for sure, I'm not gonna fight the dodo bird that's in the pit. And good thing Surge has a weapon upgrade here. As you can see, he has an Iron Swallow now, or is it called the Sea Swallow? But yeah, a weapon upgrade, so attacks are much more fiercer. Characters getting good stats. Let's save first, then again level grind before we head out to Viper Manor, or before I end the stream, because I'm gonna end the stream after this. This is actually a great time also to increase the other party member stats if you're into that. We save, do the quick save and the save state. So yeah, you can, because you can actually switch party members here with the teleporter. So as so, that's your thing. If you want to increase the level of a certain party member, you can do that here, but for now I'm not really going to expand outside of Galen Arena. So all of them are Baba Dingoes. Guile here actually has weak attacks. Yeah, it is true. He is quite weak in the early game, but again, once you get into the later stages of the game, he is quite powerful. We get fur. What we need is a Carapace and Carapace and an eyeball. Oh, it beats me where I should get that eyeball, but and the Carapace also. I'm assuming I can get those things at something of a forest of sorts. But yeah. So you can see here there's no more soldiers, and I'm going to fight this thing. We can run away if for some reason it's too strong. Because sometimes it's like I said, it's accompanied by a dodo bird. So this thing is called a drongo. So far it's looking fine. Okay, we managed to take down one. Now it's the dodo bird that I am having an issue with. How much damage does it does? That's actually big, 22. So, again, I'm biding my time here to be careful in this fight. For some reason, I fought this monster before getting an upgrade for Surge with his Iron Swallow and with Poshul. But Poshul's a bit tanky, so she might absorb some good damage, or she might tank good amounts of damage. That might be useful. Let's try this. So this is the third element, level 3 element, level 3 technique that each character should have. And Guile's attack is really powerful. Like you saw it, like 111 damage. It missed. All of them missed. So we can use each of them. Now I believe dealt 111 damage to the dodo bird, instantly eliminating it. Alright, we get the multi-stats. Your feather. Got the feather. Let's try exiting and entering this so we can respawn that drongo. Let's see if we can get more stat boosts. I do want to defeat that dodo bird right now, but I'm inclined to be more careful. Because sometimes this game doesn't cooperate with me. I'll leave it at that. So I'll defeat this with the familiar enemy that I have. Okay, so drongos go down fast with an upgraded swallow for Surge. And it is said that this dodo bird only goes berserk when you use an element. So, once we get everyone's finishers, that's the proper time we might have a chance to use these elements properly, or just use them outright. First we want to soften the dodo bird. Let's see how far this goes with normal attacks, because I would rely on Guile's level 3 So far the dodo bird is docile. I did miss. So far so good. Okay, so it can go down without really using those elements. I'm fine with this actually. Now it makes me more confident to fight the dodo bird down below. But let's see. So no more stat gains to be had here. And we don't get an eyeball and a carapace. Which leads me to search for those items wherever they may be. If I were to use Guile and Lina here, I would appreciate a weapon upgrade for both. Because as you can see, the damage dealt by each character outside of Surge is minimal. It worries me, to be honest, every time a character gets damaged like that. But eliminating this dodo bird saves us time in the long run, I believe. Okay. Right. We can beat this bird. Wow. Alright, let's use elements here. This should be fine because Guile's element or technique deals crazy amounts of damage against the dodo bird. It has white elements, so given that Guile's attack is a black element, which is opposite, deals more damage to it. And of course it's dead. Right. Okay. Let's use consumables. I only have a bone. So what did we get by beating that bird? I don't think we don't get anything anyways. I'll save. I'll research where to get those remaining parts for Guile and Lina's weapons. Then yeah, if you're somehow watching this stream right now, I appreciate your time. And of course, if you somehow come across in this after the stream, of course, still thank you. I would like to thank the sharers at the top of my head, Ralph Nochetti and Patrick Ortega. Their support is really much appreciated. They have been always the loyal watchers. I think they're asleep, both of them right now. But of course, given the situation, everyone watching this, and especially those who are supporting, would wish you be careful right now. These days are hard. Let me just save here. Oh wait, wrong screen. These times are hard. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as always, see you on the next stream. Oh wait. Yeah. See you on the next.